right, back here with Captain Marty. It's story time with the captain. As I used to say back on the my FM radio days, it's time to party with Captain Marty. Captain, what story have you got for us today?
Well, I want to tell you a story of one of the best Blue Marlin tournament winning stories in the history of tournament Blue Marlin fishing. I'll be back to do that in just a moment.
Hey y'all, Captain Marty here. And when I was looking for a top quality mower, I went to the best. And the best is A&W Sales in Pinetown. Now at A&W Sales, they carry top quality brands like the Bad Boy zero-turn mowers, of which I own one now for 15 years. American-made, heavy-duty machines built to handle anything from backyard touch-ups to commercial jobs. They've proudly sold and serviced Bad Boy mowers for over 15 years. How about if you're in need of a trailer? A&W Sales carries the full line of Big Tex trailers, the best-selling trailer brand in the entire nation. Visit them in-store or online at awsalesnc.com, where tough equipment meets trusted service.
Looking for adventure? Head to Pirates Cove Marina in Mania, where exciting charter fishing meets waterfront vibes. Whether you're a seasoned angler or a first-timer, enjoy offshore, nearshore, and inlet trips with expert crews and quality boats. Need fuel? Pirates Cove offers diesel and non-ethanol gas. Need rods, reels, bait, tackle, and marine supplies? Pirates Cove has that too. Visit their ship store for premium sunglasses, exclusive Pirates Cove gear, and unique gifts. After your trip, relax with snacks, cold drinks, and stunning marina views. Book your charter today at fishpiratescove.com or stop by for a day of adventure, shopping, and relaxation. Catch the big one and make unforgettable memories at Pirates Cove Marina in Manio.
So this story, we're going back to 1990 in the Pirates Cove Billfish tournament. Now, every tournament, even to this day, on the first days of the tournament, if you hook a big blue marlin, some of these battles go on for long periods of time. We have a story we tell in our group of stories about Captain Sam Stokes and John Bayless fighting a blue marlin for 23 and a half hours and losing it, not in a tournament, but so the rule is on day, let's just say it's a 4-day tournament. And in this case, that was the case in 1990 at the Pirates Cove Billfish tournament. So on day 1, 2, and 3, if you hook a blue marlin, you can fight it for 3 days if you need to. You can fight it but on day 4, they have awards that have to be done. Every tournament has a stiff deadline on the last day of the tournament so that they can finalize the money, have the award ceremony and all. And so that time is usually, lines come out of the water at 3 o'clock. And if you're hooked up at 3 o'clock, you can fight that fish, but you got to be to that dock no later than 7 o'clock. All right. So here's what happened. Captain Bull Tolson, the legend, and he fairly deserves that title. On his boat, Sea Toy, was fishing in the tournament, and they, on the very last day of the tournament, they ended up hooking a really big blue marlin. His mate was Mike Day, and they were way offshore. And as soon as he hooked the fish, he looked at the clock and said, well, number one, this is a big marlin. This ain't going to go easy. And number two, we better fight this fish hard and aggressively because we're going to be crimped on time. So they hooked this big old blue marlin. And they fought the fish. They're watching the clock. Bull had a picture in his mind of about what would be the latest they could put the fish in the boat. And sometimes that can take 15 or 20 minutes or longer to get one, once you get him to the boat, to get him in the boat.
Right. And
this was a big one. You'll find out how big in just a moment. But they fought the fish, and Bull was looking at his clock, really encouraging the angler, put some weight on him, more drag, more everything. So they did, and he knew he was cutting it really close, but they did gaff and boat that big blue marlin and put it in the boat. Now that's only the start of the story. Remember now, this tournament is anybody's tournament at this point, and Bull knew that marlin was probably going to be big enough to score him into first place and win the tournament at the buzzer. So he got ready to head for shore, and I'll take a little break right here, and I'll come back and tell you how that all worked out.
When it comes to general maintenance or major modifications on your diesel vehicle, look no further than Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance in Kill Devil Hills. Master mechanic Ryan Walker developed the plan for having his own auto shop over 20 years ago, and today he owns the premium diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks. To have him and his crew take a look under your hood, give him a call today at 252-715-0025 or find him on social media. Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance, the diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks.
So they're thrilled. Obviously, they got a Blue Marlin. They were 65 miles
Holy smokes.
from the sea buoy at Oregon Inlet. The rule is you had to be at the scales at Pirates Cove. As you know, you come in Oregon Inlet under the bridge, then you got to run up a long channel.
Yeah.
And you got to be backed into the waist slip by 7 o'clock. So anyway, they started for shore, and he looked at his watch and he looked at his Loran and thought, man, it's going to be close. So it wasn't no cruise. It was wide open. Not only that, he pulled up all his hatches in the engine room of the boat. You know why he did that?
Just the heat exhausts.
Well, to get that's true, but to get air, more air to the engine.
More airflow, yeah.
More airflow. Pretty. That's happened on several occasions in tournaments. That's a kind of an old trick. And they did everything they could to get in there. They called the Marina. And as he was approaching this sea buoy at Oregon Inlet, he's like, man, it's going to be so close. So they came, 10 miles up the channel from the buoy to Pirates Cove Marina. And as they're coming, there's a bridge you got to go under. They'd already been under the bridge at Oregon Inlet. And they called ahead and said, have everybody put some extra lines on the bow of their boats in the marina. He said, because it's going to be so close to 7 o'clock that they're going to probably have to come in the marina on a cruise. And so that's never been done before, but everybody was into it, enthusiastic. Big Marlin coming to the dock, and they went and put lines on their boat. Sure enough, he came under the bridge. You're supposed to idle under those bridges, wide open, hung the left hand, turned into Pirates Cove, looked at his clock, and he had just a little under 2 minutes to go. Came roaring up into the channel. All the mates, all the people out on the bows of the boats cheering him on, like, we don't care.
Right, yeah.
Come on, bring her on, Spun the boat out in front of the marina and backed into the slip with 90 seconds to spare. 90 seconds. Ooh. From 65 miles offshore. 90 seconds. And everything he did bought him that 90 seconds. And him and Mike Day pulled in. Once he was in the slip, they beat the buzzer. So now they got the matter of weighing the fish. And they did. They weighed that fish. It weighed 653 pounds. And he won the tournament. Of course, I can't remember who he beat, but somebody got bumped out with 90 seconds to spare as well, which is, what do you call that? The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. I've been on the receiving end of the defeat part in a tournament myself. So it was a great experience. And if you come out, if you're ever over at Pirates Cove for the tournament, or, our company here, One Boat Inc., put out the Pirates Cove Billfish Tournament magazine this year. And that story is in that magazine. It's also on the Pirates Cove website. And you can read about the big one that was the Blue Marlin Buzzerbeater.